in a quiet corner of a small town. The bell above the door of a cozy diner rang softly as a new customer stepped inside. The late afternoon sun streamed through the large windows, casting a golden glow over the polished tables and the worn red booths. Behind one of those tables, a young waitress named Emily sat across from a little girl, gently feeding her small spoonfuls of macaroni and cheese with a patient smile. The little girl, no older than 5, sat in a wheelchair, her tiny feet hanging just above the floor, her giggles filling the air with a purity so innocent it made the room feel lighter. Unnoticed by most, a man lingered near the entrance, his expensive suit and polished shoes seeming almost out of place in the modest diner. His name was Michael, a millionaire, who had built his empire from nothing, yet somehow had lost something truly valuable along the way. Michael hadn't planned to stop here. He was simply tired, worn down by yet another day filled with board meetings, cold emails, and conversations that always seemed to circle back to money. He had just been searching for a moment to breathe, a brief escape from the relentless speed of his life. And now here he stood, frozen at the door, unable to take his eyes off the scene unfolding before him. There was something captivating about Emily. It wasn't her appearance, though she was naturally beautiful in an effortless way. It was the way she gave her full attention to the child, as if nothing else in the world existed. Emily had been working double, sometimes even triple shifts for years, struggling to make ends meet while raising Lily, the daughter of her late best friend, whom she had vowed to protect at all costs. The burden of responsibility was heavy, yet Emily bore it with quiet strength and dignity. She wore her hardships like invisible armor, never letting them show, especially not in front of Lily. Raising a child with special needs wasn't just difficult, it was draining, costly, and isolating. The world around them often chose to look the other way, but Emily never allowed herself to fall apart. To Lily, Emily was sunshine. Her smile never faded. Her patience never gave in, even when the bills stacked higher than the tips she earned. Even when hope felt far away, Emily never let Lily feel anything but loved. Michael felt something stir deep in his chest, a dull ache he hadn't known in years. His mind drifted to his own daughter, Emma. She had grown up surrounded by luxury and nannies, yet deprived of the simple, genuine affection he was witnessing now. He realized that while he had given Emma everything money could offer, he had failed to give her the one thing she truly needed: time, presence, and love. Just then, Lily spotted him. She smiled brightly and gave a cheerful wave with her small hand. Michael, caught by surprise, gave a shy smile in return. Emily turned and noticed him for the first time. A faint blush appeared on her cheeks, but she didn't look away. Instead, she offered a warm gesture, inviting him to join them. A small act of kindness from someone unaware of who he was or how deeply he longed for this kind of warmth. Michael paused briefly, then slowly walked toward the table. Every step felt heavier, more meaningful than anything he had done in years. He had once built skyscrapers, closed million-dollar deals, yet none of those achievements felt as significant as this simple moment: being acknowledged, being accepted, being human. As he sat down across from Emily and Lily, something deep within him shifted. He didn't realize it then, but this moment was the beginning of a change that would alter his life forever. In the days that followed, Michael returned to the same small diner every afternoon. It wasn't the food or the cozy setting that drew him back. It was the warm and glowing connection he saw between Emily and Lily. At first, he stayed at a distance, sitting a few booths away, pretending to scroll through emails while quietly stealing glances at their laughter, their shared stories, a world overflowing with love and life, a world he never believed he could be part of. Emily welcomed him each time with that same sincere smile. She never questioned why he kept coming back, never asked about his luxury watch or the quiet air of wealth around him. She treated him like everyone else, with kindness, with dignity, with pure humanity. Then, one rainy afternoon, Michael finally found the courage to sit at their table again. Lily looked up at him with joy and patted the empty seat beside her, and without a second thought, he sat down. Over steaming bowls of soup and wrinkled napkins, stories began to flow. Emily shared her dream of becoming a teacher, The struggle of overwhelming medical bills, the isolation of facing every challenge on her own, yet never letting Lily feel that burden. Michael listened, really listened, in a way he hadn't done in what seemed like forever. And for the first time in years, he began to open up too, about the daughter he barely knew. He spoke of the wife he had lost to illness, and the guilt that had slowly consumed him ever since. Emily didn't look at him with pity. She didn't judge. She simply nodded, understanding that broken hearts often hide behind the strongest faces. As the weeks rolled by, Michael's visits became part of a routine. He helped Lily color her drawings, laughed at her silly jokes, and listened intently as she proudly shared her school projects. Gradually, Emily and Lily became the family he never imagined he was worthy of, and in return, Michael gave something more precious than wealth. He gave his time, his attention, his care. One quiet evening, as the diner began to wind down, Michael approached Emily with trembling hands. In them, he held a letter, an offer not made from sympathy or charity, but one born out of deep gratitude and admiration. Inside the envelope was a full scholarship for Lily to attend one of the state's best private schools, specially designed for children with unique needs. No hidden terms, no expectations, just a sincere gift from the heart. Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she read the letter, her hands shaking, struggling to find words. But Michael gently shook his head, telling her she had already given him something far more meaningful, a glimpse into what truly matters. That night, under the gentle glow of the diner's lights, Lily wrapped her small arms around Michael's neck, giggling into his shoulder, completely unaware of how deeply she had touched his life. And Emily, once burdened with endless fears and responsibilities, felt something she hadn't dared to feel in a long time: hope. Not because a wealthy man had entered their world, but because someone had finally seen them, truly seen them. In a world that often ignored people like her and Lily, someone had chosen not to look away, but to stand with them. Months later, Lily began her journey at the new school, her smile brighter than ever before. Emily finally followed her dream of becoming a special education teacher, her path opening up after years of quiet struggle. And Michael, he slowly rebuilt the bond with his own daughter, taking to heart the lessons he had learned from the woman and child who reminded him that life's greatest treasures aren't locked in bank vaults or boardrooms, but found in laughter shared, in love freely given, and in simply being there when it matters. Sometimes the greatest fortunes can't be measured in dollars. They're counted in moments and in the people who change our lives forever, without ever intending to.